Good morning everybody and welcome back to Neil and Jan's Reselling. And it's Friday morning. Jan and I went to Ford car boot sale yesterday and I got some stuff, but Jan didn't actually walk around the boot sale. She wasn't able to park. We weren't able to park close enough to for her to actually be able to do the walk and then to be able to walk around the boot sale as well. And so anyway, so it's just my stuff that I got today. Jan's busy working. She's doing some of her listing and stuff. So you might see her pop through in a minute. But anyway, so let's just get on and I'll show you some of the stuff that I got. Put my glasses on this morning. Anyway, so one of the things that I picked up to start with, I'll get some of the bigger stuff out of the way. I picked up this Sony. This is a cassette player. I've also obviously got the radio, and it's got the DVD player in there as well. So I picked this up for £5. Now this unit actually is a little stereo unit, so it actually has separate speakers. So the other speakers on the floor, but I've got the two speakers with it. And so I picked it up for £5. I thought it's Sony, it looks quite smart. I'm hoping I should be able to get 10 to, well, probably, I'm hoping for 20 to 30 pounds on this. But it's got the little aerial bit with it, and it's got the power cable and that. So I'm hoping that it should be pretty reasonable. Right, I'm going to put this one out the way. Okay, just a little side one. You're thinking, why did you buy this little record? Now I'm going to get told off for holding the record actually on the thread, but I picked this up for 25p. There was a load of other records. It was just, bizarrely enough, as a kid, I actually used to watch that. It's the kind of thing the parents had on, and Howard's Way, yeah. Anyway, but what I need it for is the fact that I picked up 3 record decks. I need a record that I can test the needle on, that it doesn't matter if I completely trash the record. So picking it up for 25p, perfect. Purely just a testing aid. Now, I've got 2 little cameras here. There's a little story behind these. The story is basically I picked these up the other week and completely forgot about them, and they actually got left in my rucksack that I was carrying around and hadn't even noticed that they weren't there. So let's just have a quick look at this one. So this one is a Fujifilm Fine Pix Z, and it's got a 3x optical zoom, and it's a 10 megapixel. So yeah, I really love the blue on this one. It looks quite nice at the back, and then the lens cover backward and forward. And again, I would have picked that up for about £3, I think. So that's the first one of them. Now the Samsung actually comes with a little tripod, a little selfie kind of tripod type thing, just to sit it up, which is really cool. This is a Samsung, and it's at 8.2 megapixel. Yeah, it's quite a nice little camera. Quite pleased with that. Hopefully I should get 15 to 20 pounds for that. I would have picked it up for about £3. So yeah, that's quite nice. Now completely going away from my... Well, I've picked up some... I picked up one pair of trainers before, and I've picked up another pair of shoes. But yesterday, there were these Adidas trainers. Now they still have the Adidas label on them. I don't know much about trainers, but if you look at the soles, they've just, well, I mean, they've got the labels on, but they've not been worn. So the lady was asking for £15. I say £15 each because there's a second pair. Again, the second pair still has the labels on, not been worn. I think they're quite nice trainers. She was after £15 each, and I managed to get her to sell them both to me for £25. Now, what was going through my mind at the time is that I think they should be probably cost at least 60 quid, I would imagine. I haven't looked them up completely yet, but what was going through my mind is if they're £60, I should be able to at least sell them for half price, which would make £30. And if I was buying them at half price at 15, then I should be able to double my money. And the fact that I got them for 25, so that means I got them for like £12.50. Yeah, I quite like them. I think I did reasonably well. I look forward to seeing what I can actually make on those. Okay, moving on. Moving on for me. What's a car boot sale without some binoculars for me, eh? So I think these look quite nice. I picked these up for £5. They're not branded. Normally you'd have some branding around here. There is the details of what magnification, but normally this side you'd have branding. It does have the lens caps for the outlet lens end, but there isn't for this end. But for £5, I feel that there should still be a profit, maybe 15 to 20 quid. It's worth having a look at. So I also picked up some DVDs and a FreeSat. So I've got a Bush FreeSat box. It works with the SCART, and it has the remote with it, which is always good. I think I picked that up for about £2, I think it was. Also have the other remotes for the other items that I've picked up here. These are a bit bigger, so we have a Bush DVD player. It's going to need a good clean, but again, for a couple of quid. Now this is a Neome, I think it's got. It's a DVD player, but this is a brand I've never seen, and it is actually a I believe it's a European. It has a 2-pin plug. Now, I wouldn't normally buy one of these, but recently, having just added onto the global shipping program on eBay, in theory, that shouldn't be a problem. I should just be able to sell this abroad. So that'll be an interesting one to see what happens with that. And then I also have a Philips. So that's quite a nice little Philips one. Again, it's going to need a clean. So that's kind of like my DVDs and And no Blu-ray players, just DVDs this time. Moving on to more cameras. Right, as you know, I do kind of like to pick up some cameras and binoculars. So managed to see this little pouch here. So this is the Rugby World Cup 1999, and it looks like these are the official incorporated hospitality services. And I hadn't thought about people having little binoculars when they go to games. So yeah, apparently. Now it did look like it even had an official tag on there. I think the rest of it is in there but kind of broken off. But yeah, it looks like these were possibly only ever used for one game. So yeah, that's quite a nice little pair. I picked them up for a couple of quid again, as normal. Even has the little bit of paper in it, and even sewn into the bag. It even says where it was from. So if anybody's into their rugby and the World Cup, it might be slightly different, might be that added little extra memorabilia thing to go to a normal pair of binoculars, which is kind of interesting for me. Next up we have Kodak, nice little Kodak bag, and this is a Kodak Advantex, I think it is, F600. You know, you guys know I'm dyslexic, so I think I've pronounced it right. So it's a nice little camera. Yeah, so this is the ones where, with the film, let's see if we can open this. It might even have a film in there. But on the top, you'll actually see it's the advanced photo system. So you can actually switch between a normal photo to a panoramic to a square. You see the little adjuster there. And yeah, so anyway, again, I picked it up for a couple of quid. It was all good. So we'll see how much that sells for. Then also picked up a, see if I can pronounce this, Halina. Halina. So yeah, it's a nice little, looks like a nice little camera, nice little film camera. Opens up, nice little film camera. It's quite nice and clean. You know, this is it's very plastic, but it's nice and it is nice and clean actually. So that'll be okay. It's an auto focus, auto flash. It's the Vision XAS. So yeah, give that one a go. Next we've got managed to pick up a Nikon Coolpix. This one is a 8 megapixel. It's quite a nice, clean looking camera. This one has got the battery. I'm just going to need to find a way to charge it. So that's all good. Then got a Fujifilm. That's quite reasonable. The Fujifilm is at 8.2 megapixel. It's got a wide zoom on it apparently, and does it say which model it is? It's the FinePix F480. But again, quite a nice little camera. Moving on to this one, I don't actually know what brand is this one. Hi Jan, you alright? Can you get past there alright? There we go. So Jan's busy listing stuff this morning as well, which is what I will be doing as soon as this film's over, is getting ready to list this stuff. So I can't actually see a brand on this one. But it's a 7 megapixel. Again, it looks quite reasonable. Should be able to get 10 quid for that. I'm buying it for about 2 quid. You know, it's gonna be a profit. So, which is all we need, isn't it? Is just to be able to do some kind of profit. Now I've got this is a nice little Kodak, and this is actually a 9.2 megapixel. It's going to need a bit of a clean. Screen's a bit grubby, as you can see. The screen's grubby there. I think this one was two. There was about 5 or 6 cameras that I actually picked up from the same guy, and I got them all for £2 each. So for £2 each, there's got to be some profit in there for us. Next one, slightly down on the megapixels. This one is this is a 5.1 megapixel. This is the Sony Cybershot. Love the blue though. I think the blue could get us an extra couple of quid just in itself, you know. It's a shame then it's not slightly higher megapixels, because the actual camera shape and how it looks, I think, is a lovely looking camera. And then last of these type ones. Now I actually got this one, you might have seen it on the other film. This is one I picked up for £3. This is another Nikon Coolpix. This one is 10 megapixels, and it's got a 5 times optical zoom. I think that's, again, it's you know, I haven't cleaned any of these up yet. This is straight out the bag from the boot sale, but I think that's quite a reasonable camera. I then decided to take a bit more of a chance. £10 on a camera. Now I did 2 lots of £10 on a camera at the boot sale. The first one I think I did really well on. The one I'm about to show you in a minute, I'm not so sure. So this first one, we have a nice Minolta. So this is a Minolta. It's a reasonably kind of modern kind of camera, but it's actually a film camera. In some ways it's really nice that it's a modern film camera. I think people who want to play around with learning how to do Lightroom stuff, using and developing cameras, I think this could be a really nice little camera to do it on. So it's quite modern. You've got a nice modern display there. It is an SLR, so the lens can be changed, which is nice. It's always nice to be able to change lenses. And yeah, I think I did rather well on that. looking at this kind of thing, I would say that's probably got to be worth 50 quid. It might even be more. But I need to have a good look at it. But yeah, really happy with picking up that. It's a little bit of a shame that that there isn't a lens cover on that. There is a, if any of you guys aren't sure, if you do get a really nice camera with a nice lens, a really good thing to do is to go out and buy a UV filter. So as soon as it's brand new, before you open it up and do anything else, you get a UV filter and you stick the UV filter on the lens. And then if you ever get anything that's going to hurt the lens, it's going to hurt the UV filter, and then you can always take the UV filter off, take it off, put a new one on, and it's always going to protect that really nice lens, which is a really good thing. However, this obviously, I've just checked, this hasn't had a UV filter put on it, or anything that would protect that lens. And it hasn't got a lens cap, so just hope that that's going to be okay. But yeah, it looks nice. I quite like that. So yeah, another little quick close-up. So for £10, I think I did pretty good. Okay, let's move on to what might have been a mistake. Well, there was a mistake. In fact, if you've seen the other film, you'll have seen me pick it up. Now I'm just going to move some of these bits out the way. I'll cut back in a sec, and then we'll have a look at this camera. Right, okay, so briefly earlier I mentioned that I am actually dyslexic, and normally I wouldn't have thought being dyslexic would be a problem when buying and selling things. Too much. I'm reasonably good, and my brain I saw this camera, I saw this case, and it's partially still bagged, and it's got bags on, and I saw this. And I saw that, and what I thought it said was Olympus, but it clearly isn't Olympus, is it? It's Olympia. So I thought I was buying an Olympus camera. And if this was an Olympus camera, I think this would be really, really nice. Now, it came with the bag, has a booklet, and it has this lens that is clearly sealed, never been opened, and again clearly sealed, never been opened. Now I imagine that even a lens like this, never been opened, would probably be about 50 or 60 quid. Knowing what I'd got on my Canon, that would probably be about 110 quid if that was a Canon, or possibly if it was an Olympus. But it's not. It's an Olympia. Now, interestingly, it does seem to have a shoe mount here. Shoe mounts are normally up here. It does have a little flash. Okay. But this isn't. You can actually, comes like that, and you do have the separate lenses. However, I don't believe that this counts as an SLR camera. Now, it is a film camera. I mean, that's looks like it's never been opened. Still even has the a damp thing in there. But what this actually is doing is the viewfinder here is actually a straight through viewfinder. You're not actually seeing through the lens. So you're not actually getting to see. So whatever your view is from here, if you're applying a zoom, you won't see any difference. You won't see what that zoom is actually doing because it's a fixed lens of what you're actually seeing. It is kind of like it's very much the point and shoot. It won't show you. It won't be able to show you what focus you have or what the gain. That's going to be a straightforward. You can't change any of the focuses or anything like that on it. It's really odd. So this, it almost feels like a toy. You can swap lenses. It does have a flash, but I paid £10 for this, and I'd say that that's probably not a great thing to have done. So when I got home and we had a look at it, and Jan said that's, you know, we looked at it and thought, oh, that's actually not, I don't know if it's even like a prop. I don't know if it's designed to be a prop. I mean, I think the thing should actually work. But I did actually have a little look and try and do a little bit of research on eBay. Kind of bizarrely enough, these have actually sold. And they do sell for between £10 to £20. Now, if I just get my money back on the £10 and can have the money for the fees and postage, so if I could get £15 to £20, then I won't have actually lost any money. But as for making a great deal, I don't think I'm going to make a great deal of money. The bag's not bad. You know, it actually comes in a reasonable... So you've got these lenses. Got another strap there. You know, the bag's not too bad. And, you know, it comes with the bag. So, you know, maybe I'll stick it on for $19.99 and just see if somebody wants it. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it could be good for kids or something to have a little play around with. But I'll just have to. It looks like that's got a. But it's missing the lens cover for this one. I don't think that's going to be a great loss to anyone. But yes, that is what I would consider a reselling mistake. I should, if I had have realised all that, I probably wouldn't have touched it with a barge pole. However, I did, and I currently own this. So need to see if I can find somebody that would like to buy it. I mean, it looks kind of reasonable when you look at it, kind of thing, and maybe for 20 quid. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted on that one. Hang on, the dog needs to go out. Okay, so moving on to my last item. So moving on to my last item. Now this is quite a big item for me. It wasn't in the other film. And anyway, so here we have an old metal detector. Now, when I was a kid, I actually had a metal detector, a little metal detector. It probably wasn't as good as this. I think it actually looks quite reasonable. Now, I only paid £5 for this. The guy originally said about £10, and then he said, well, I haven't tested it. And the reason is, in the back here, now this is very clean. You've got a pouch here, one there and one there. And it takes 3 9-volt batteries. Well, if you're paying possibly at a corner shop or something, £4, 90 odd or whatever for a battery, it's going to cost 15 quid just to test it. And obviously I'm going to need to test it before I can actually sell it. However, I actually a couple of years ago wanted to actually do a little bit of metal detecting. I kind of thought it might be quite fun. So I may actually keep hold of this, see if it works, and keep hold of it for a while. And if this does the job for what I want, I might keep hold of it for a while. If not, I'll sell it on. But what I was looking at is the kind of modern metal detectors that I was looking at that would do would be a next step up from this, would be like 175 quid. So I've had a little look at these ones, and these ones are actually selling on eBay at the moment for one of them sold for 47 quid, the exact same model as this. So providing this works, I could sell it for about the 45 up to £50. And you know, I think it actually looks pretty reasonable. So for £5, as long as it actually works, I think I've actually done quite well on that. I just need to actually check that it actually works. I look forward to possibly having a bit of fun with that one. Might not sell that on too quickly. We'll just have to have a look and see if I find it enjoyable these days. Anyway, so that is the end of the show and tell from the Ford car boot sale on the 24th of June, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, possibly part of the reason why we went to that one is because last weekend it rained, and it's possibly going to be, well, it's raining today on Friday. And over the weekend, it could well be raining, and the car boot sales could be called off. So we decided to go to the weekday one at Ford. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have been watching and you're not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. There will be more show and tell films and more car boot sailing and charity shop films. Consider subscribing. If you've got any comments about any of the items we've seen, drop your comments down below. I'd love to chat to you. And anyway, catch you guys on the next one.